Good morning. Good morning. It is Sunday morning. I don't even know what day. I think it's the 22nd. Um, if you just joined me, you just hopped on to my YouTube. I am. This is raw footage that's going to be coming to you for the rest of the year. I'll just say that. I have a challenge that's coming up, leading up into my 45th birthday, and part of that is what the HARD stands for. I didn't know that it was going to be like this, but I've been sharing that the H stands for healing out loud. The A is sharing my alignment with my purpose. Now the R, I've been going back and forth, y'all. It's been a of a whole bunch of different things. And this morning I kind of got, I don't think that it's going to be, exactly what I think, but I think it's important that I keep the word resilience as the word. Even though I want to reinvent, reset, like it's a whole bunch of re's. But I think that, this morning about what I wanted to share is resilience. And then the D stands for devotion to my growth, my spirituality, my, spiritual development, all of those, just my devotion. And I'll actually share why I chose the word devotion as well, which that came to me yesterday as well. But I really want to talk about resilience because here's the reality that I think we all feel. Life be life, and y'all. It life's for everybody. Ain't nobody gonna be immune to it. You ain't exempt. Like, I don't care what life you've had, where you come from. Everybody got life that's life in. I always say this, like, you could sit in a room with 10 different people and try to share your story and think that your story is the worst, and you find out you ain't going through nothing compared to somebody else. Or somebody can compare their life to yours and feel like you going through more than they. So it's, I find myself not never, I don't want to use the word never because I'm human. I don't like complaining. However, in this process of growth, in this process of healing, I realized that it may not necessarily sometimes seem like complaining, but it's a way of venting out loud. And for me, it's not for people to feel sorry for me. It's not, because I was a person, like, I don't want to tell nothing. Like, if I'm hurt or something, I never want to say anything. But I realize in part of my healing, if I didn't say something, nobody would respond. And when I'm really, really hurt, it's like it actually bothered me when I didn't have anybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of that, and part of it, I don't want to go into that right now. Again, I'll share, because I want to be real and transparent. But in the resilience part of that is in these moments of trying times, how do I deal with it? And I think that's the part that I really want to share. We all are vulnerable in our own way, whether we put it out there or we do it behind closed doors. We all some punks. The most strongest people, literally, they may not show it, they may not share with you, but behind closed doors, everybody cry, everybody fall out, everybody scream, everybody have all the emotions, and it's just what we decide, how we decide to share it, who we decide to share it with. And we can only pray that we have a safe space to do it, But part of this part for me, the healing part, is I'm not looking for you guys to necessarily understand. I'm not even, it's actually hard for me to share my vulnerabilities on it, but I understand in this obedience part that I'm playing, the reason why it's called 45 hard, because I'm doing something hard. I'm not doing just the easy stuff. I'm actually showing y'all my vulnerability, and I don't even know y'all. This ain't no safe space. Y'all can go and talk about me after this. Y'all can feel some type of way like, oh, nah, she weak, and, but the fear of what you think of me, that to me is healing, because it's I don't care. I'm not doing this for you guys' approval, or do I really care how you feel about me? My goal in alignment to my purpose is to hopefully connect with somebody that says, man, I was feeling like that too, and I went through that too. And the part of where resilience comes in is the next question is, okay, how did you deal with it? How did you get through it? Because that's what I'd be looking for. I actually follow the strong people that share their stories. Like you feel, when they are real transparent about, yeah, I didn't fail in my business, I didn't fail in my relationships, I've done all this, and this is what I had to do to get over that. And then when they share that, that helps me. So this is my part of sharing my resilience in trying times. I had to kind of cuss myself out yesterday because I found myself saying often, like, as the days are getting closer, like, I'm going to be by myself for Thanksgiving, and I don't have no family here, and I found that, and I had to ask myself, like, why are you keep saying that? Like, why are you making that known so much? And the reality of it is, it's a thing that bothers me. That's a reality. And it's not that I'm necessarily complaining, it's me venting. It really a way of me venting. However, I realized I was like, Kiwi, like, stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. You know this, and that's cool. And I don't know what you're looking for by saying it out loud. But now you need to deal with that internally. You need to deal with what you need to now, for me, change my perspective on it. The reality for me, what I was sharing with somebody else is, my family is very small. So the thing about our family is we don't really talk on a regular basis. It's just we're not, and I'm not even gonna say we're not close like that, but we don't have what I see a lot of other families have where they talk every week, day, all of that. Like literally our family doesn't get together until Thanksgiving or Christmas. Like that's it. Those are the two main days. And what I look forward to those days because that's when I get to see my family. As small as we are, like we get together, we love on each other, we cook, we, play games, we do all of that. And that's for something that I look forward to. And I realized my sadness was not necessarily being alone, but missing out on that. Like, cause I look forward to that, and it's not necessarily me being by myself. It's just the experience that I don't get to have this year, So it was emotionally, it emotionally hurts. It's just a reality of it. However, I had to say, okay, how can you switch that? Because you going through that and playing that song on replay over and over again, it's not going to help your situation. And it ain't changing. I think one of the biggest things about when life is life and like, okay, that's the situation. It is what it is. Now, how are you going to respond and what are you going to do about it? Like knowing that this is coming, how are you preparing yourself for, it being exactly what it is? And for me, it's like I had to like, Kiwi, okay, totally understand. You have given a reason, you have laid it out, and you have every right to feel how you feel. But the growth, the healing, and the resilience of that is taking that and using this as more of, okay, what can I do to change the perspective and what can I do to make this an amazing Thanksgiving, unlike any other? So for me, I really looked at it and I said, Kiwi, this is an opportunity for you to put your head down when everybody else is chilling, for you to get to work. You have things that God has told you to do. You have, like, you got a list of stuff. Like, you definitely ain't gonna be, you don't have to be bored. You're not alone. You know how to get out here and do something. There's events out here. There's things to do. Like, and literally what I've been doing, I just got home. So I'm just really taking it all in. But today, really it's like planning for, a great week and not going into it with this feeling. Like what happens is we actually prepare ourselves for a bad day by soaking in these emotions instead of planning for this wonderful, like I'm going to have an amazing Thanksgiving. Like literally I got a class that day, I got a client that day. Like I'm going to enjoy what the day is truly about. Like the day is, though, for me in my memories is all about the family. Like I'm gonna take this opportunity to be grateful for everything, because that's what it's truly about. Like really look at what God has for me and be a good steward of that all week. Like, and truly make not a Thanksgiving day, but a Thanksgiving week. You know what I'm saying? Every day, what am I gonna do to show my gratitude to what God has done for me in my life? You know what I'm saying? Leading up, and for me, leading up into this challenge, like that is the part, like God has allowed me to overcome, and he's definitely comforted me in the times where I didn't know if I was going to heal. When I was hurt, you don't know what healing looks like. You just hurt, you know? I've been blessed I'm blessed, and I said this, to wake up every single day and do what I love to do. Like, and I'm fully functioning, y'all. I just got off the bike. I'm on the treadmill. I mean, not to mention, like, I'm at home. I'm able to do this at home. Like, it's so much to be thankful for. And I'm just continuing, like, thinking of all the things that I have been through that I didn't know how I was going to get through. Like, I'm so thankful for that. And, knowing that I'm growing and seeing myself, actually, even in this process, I'm so proud of myself, for my emotional intelligence level, like raising up. Like, I'm not reacting the same way I used to, and I'm not as emotional as I used to be, or I know how to regulate my emotions and understand them, or I even embrace my emotions to a fact that I'm like, okay, I'm proud of you for that, and I understand, and you feeling through it. However, let's do this. So, what I can say to, those of you that may be in the same situation as me, you like, yeah, what's Thanksgiving, blah, blah, blah. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else but you and God, to be honest with you. Thanksgiving is exactly what it says. It's a time to give thanks to what you have in your life. So if nothing else, whether you're about to celebrate with family, whether you got to celebrate by yourself, like, it ain't even about a day, y'all. I actually challenge you, and I'm challenging myself to make this a Thanksgiving week. That every day I'm celebrating why I'm thankful. Why, though things may look different, though things are not, what's expected, I get to create the narrative of, it's not even about that. It's about when I wake up tomorrow, what type of Thanksgiving am I gonna have? Like, what am I gonna thank God for on Monday? And then on Tuesday, what I'm gonna thank God for? And on Wednesday, what I'm gonna thank God for? On Thursday, what I'm gonna thank God for? On Friday, what I'm gonna thank God for? And honestly, that's the way I'm getting through this week. I had to change my mindset. And I know y'all hear this all the time, but perspective is everything. And that starts with you really sitting down with yourself and saying, hold on, let me look at this differently. And only you can decide to do that. Don't let somebody else, I'm not even saying let me, I'm just giving you a different perspective. I'm sharing with you what I'm doing, because nobody can tell me how to deal with, not having the same experiences that I've had. But I have the ability to create new experiences. So for me, now it's about, all right, when Thanksgiving comes next time, it's not a day for me, it's a week. And if I truly have the honor and blessing next year to be with family, whatever day that is during that week, that's what I'll be thanking God for. But this week, whatever God gives me, that's what I'm gonna be thanking him for. So, I hope that helps. Again, I am planning for this 45 hard challenge, and I'm throwing a lot of different things in there. Yeah, there's some, fitness is a part of it, y'all, but that's obvious. But I really want to turn this into a challenge, as I always do. But I challenge you to really think about what healing looks like for you. And, we're all constantly healing. What will you do on a daily basis to continue to heal? What will you do on a daily basis to be in alignment with your purpose? What are you doing every day in your efforts to be resilient as life be life and things happen in your life that take some strength, mental, physical, spiritual, and then being devoted to your growth. Not just dedicated, but devoted. That'll be what I'll probably talk about tomorrow. I had to look that word up, and I'll share with you guys why I chose the word devotion versus dedication. So just being devoted to your growth, both spiritually, mentally, and physically. So, all right. I hope I shared enough, and I got my steps. I did the bike this morning, did the steps this morning. This is my active rest day. And it's also, look, I don't even know if y'all gonna see this. I'm gonna try to post it up. But if you have not heard already about what we're doing today, we got Meal Prep Sunday. We actually got a Friendsgiving today, y'all. So we cooking together, having some fun, playing some music, playing some games, all that good stuff. So if you happen to see this and you don't know anything about it, go to my website, iamcoachkiwi.com/events. All the information to be on there. You can register. It is free for everybody. Come have some fun with us. It's at, I'll be wrong, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you got enough time, especially if you're watching the video now. Well, I don't know when you're watching the video. But if I put this up, which I'm going to do that because I got to head to the store. So I'll go ahead and put this video up now. But I love you guys. I appreciate it. And I look forward to y'all joining me on this 45 hard to the 45th birthday. All right, peace. Love y'all. We out.